Love you guys. Welcome back to Channel Claire. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So now it is at a decent hour here on the eastern side of the United States of America where I feel better that I can actually formulate a sentence. But I was up earlier around 4 something, 4 5, trying to see what was going to happen with Trooping the Colors and seeing the Princess of Wales back. And was she back in her white? And I couldn't see if that was navy or if it was black, but I know it was Jenny Packman. They're saying that it's a rewear or an upcycle of a dress she's worn previously. We have seen her. This was her in the car, okay? You can see Louis, little Louis. You see William over there in the car as well, and the driver. This is a better picture of her and the kids. She has her hat tilted to the side. I have to say, the Princess of Wales, Catherine Kate Middleton, looks fucking phenomenal. Okay, she looks phenomenal. I'm just interested. This to me, I'm glad she looks this way, and I'm happy that she seems to be doing well. But this does not look like a woman who has been through like all these treatments and has been suffering this, that, and other. Like, she just doesn't. She looks like she had a refresh, she had a break, and she came back and she's ready to go and be seen in public now. I do think something more has taken place. They say that she has cancer and she was diagnosed, but I do feel in my gut something else has gone down as to why they were gone for 6 months or why she was gone for 6 months. This is a better picture of her here. This is Getty. You see George. That looks like between them there. Yeah, so you've got the kids. It was good to see them as well. Little Louis is such a busy bee. He was up there dancing and stuff. He was yawning, playing with the ribbon ropes, getting it in. But she looks great. And I'm like, I know everything is done for a reason, so I'm sure that the color of white was worn for a reason, subliminal messages. But it's good to see her. But what the hell, exactly, what the hell has been happening for 6 months? She looks exactly the same as she did in December, so why all the months of hoax, fake photos, phantomimes, I don't even know what that is, and ghost sightings? She could be working via Zoom or posting real photos perfectly. And I thought that was interesting. Like, I'm not saying she has to do anything. And I do believe that something went down, okay? But why the hoax? Why the fake photos? Why the doctor composited picture? Why the video of her somebody galloping through this farmer's market, and they were trying to push out that this was her? Or the picture of Kate with her mom in the car, that completely was not Kate. So are we even sure that that was Kate's mom? Because that certainly is not the Kate that we're seeing here, right? Am I crazy? I'm happy that she's good. I'm happy that she looks well. I'm happy that her kids are there and have her support and everything like that. I just don't understand why they chose to take the credibility of the royal family, Kensington Palace, and nosedive it into the ground, crash and burn. Over what? There had to be a bigger reason. And that's the only thing that I'm saying, because they could have simply done, especially seeing how she is now, they could have simply done what they did for Charles. They announced his cancer. We were shocked, and then life kind of moved on and nobody was questioning, speculating, or anything. None of that was happening. But with Kate, she was not seen since December of 2023. There was months long of speculation prior to the announcement of the cancer in March. And then from there was no update until now saying, hey, she's coming to Trooping the Colors. No update of her treatment was going well, this, that, another, blah, blah, blah. She pops up at Trooping the Color and Jenny Packman wearing white. It is interesting. We can be happy she's good. I just feel like There's coincidence there, given that she was outed to have been the one questioning Archie's color early December. And then right after that, after Christmas, I guess she was like, let me just get through this. Because that had to have been embarrassing. Like, my goodness, being outed as being potentially racist to a child. And then they came out and said, oh, it was, what was it, racial bias or something like that. Whatever. She was questioning the kid's skin color, which to me, quite honest, I know that I have made the statement saying, oh, I wonder what his skin tone is going to be. I wonder what her hair is going to be. Oh, she's going to be so cute. Like, when there is an interracial child, like, I know I have said that before with no harm and or malice behind it at all. But the issue is when they went and did Harry and Meghan, they went and did the Oprah interview, it did come off as it having some racial undertones. They backtracked it to the racial bias. It was just a bad fucking move. So she's outed as the person saying the statement, which I don't really, Piers Morgan put that out there. That's his fault. And she had to get through the Christmas festivities and then said, I'm done. I need a break. I'm not doing this shit. Maybe there was some type of negotiations going on. People are still believing that potentially her and William were having some marital issues, and they've worked it out and came to a negotiation and or agreement, because a lot of these higher profile relationships and marriages and stuff are marriages of convenience. They are business deals. They are, agreements. All right. Kind of like a Beyonce and Jay-Z. I don't know. They seem to love each other, but then sometimes they get like business agreement vibes from them as well. But they do that shit the higher up you go, where it's just easier to just have this image out here. Like we saw it with Will and Jada. They had been separated for 7+ years? But they put out to the world that they were together and everything was honky-dory and that they're, this couple goals. Whole time they're not even together. So it could really have been a situation where they are a middle-aged couple. Things happen in life, honey. Marriage is hard, okay? Everything isn't perfect. Roses, daisies, shit happens. And we're coming from William. He's coming from seeing an example of his father and his relationships when maybe he thinks shit is acceptable. And then Kate, who has given him literally her whole fucking life, maybe some shit went down. And she was like, oh, hell no, you are not gonna do me like this. She went off and they had to scramble and make some shit up because she wasn't anywhere around. They didn't know what was going on with her. Eventually, they came into some negotiations and some talks. They signed some papers. And then she came back in time for Trooping the Colors so that they did not have to then make another fuck up and fuck up their credibility even more. Because at that point, what is the excuse? Because they hadn't even said her treatment was going well up to this point. This was the first statement she's let us know how she's been doing with her treatment. She's been doing well. Well, she's not out of the woods. Good days, bad days, this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. So something else went on. She looks great as a family unit. You're looking at it. It looks perfect. It looks grand. Everybody's where they should be. Everyone looks bright and fucking shiny. But we all know everything happens behind closed doors. I do not think that it is as simple as they're trying to make it. There may have been cancer there. There may have not been cancer there. It may have been a means of convenience, because you cannot have the future Queen of England noted as a racist. So now she is back after having cancer, and she's come in wearing her white and her white cap. And that's all everyone's going to talk about, is how strong she has been, how great she looks, how they have missed her not being. All that shit talked about in December of her and Archie is gone. They were able to skew and fix her image. It took a lot to get there, but they fixed it. because now she's going to be like a saint. So it's going to be interesting to see what other events she goes to. If she goes to Wimbledon, they just think that we're so stupid. Like, I find it so hard to believe that they did all this because she has cancer. Like, because they didn't do it with King Charles. There was something more to this. There's no way in hell. You cannot convince me. And I have all the sympathies for Kate. If something went down with William, good on you, girl. Put your fucking foot down because you done been through a fucking lot. Okay? So good on you for holding out and making your fucking demands. I don't fucking blame her. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But it's something else going on. And it was just so interesting to sit back and watch the PR comms team, the Royal Palace, scramble. And it's going to be so interesting to see how they roll out her next moves. I want to know what you guys think, because do you think there's more than just a cancer? Does she look like someone who has been through treatment? I know that is why it was conflicting statements. She said preventative chemotherapy or preventative treatment, meaning that the cancer wasn't there anymore. So they took it away. So maybe that's why she looks so great. It's confusing as fuck. It's confusing as fuck. But either way, I feel like they could have, they announced she had cancer and she looks so great. And obviously she's out here with the kids and everything like that, dipping it and doing it. You don't just get back to this shape overnight. She's been this way for a good minute. And I just wish they would have taken this moment and this crisis and turned it around and made it into something instead of conspiracy and the shroud of secrecy and vagueness. They could have made so much money for cancer treatment, people who are currently going through treatment now, survivors, research, medicine, all the money that they could have raised. There was no type of foundation fucking made. There was none of that. They lost that opportunity and instead gave lies and confusion and fucked up their credibility for no fucking no, there was a reason to do all of that. It's just because, I mean, they did it with Charles. People found out he got his prostate checked and people wanted to get their stuff checked. It's you're helping people talk about prevention, talking about the uncomfortable things, going to the doctors, doing things we don't want to fucking do, but need to so that you can prevent shit like this. None of that. And I just think that their team did such a piss poor job at this, seeing how she is right now. I think that they did such a piss poor job. They could have done, it's crazy. So this is, you see Camilla in her white too. That's Charles. I honestly was so sad. Like, she really upstaged him because I didn't really care to see him, but I just cared to see Kate coming around in her carriage. I think they're about to come up after these. That's Princess Anne, William, and I think the Duke of Edinburgh. And then you see Kate. You see little Charlotte, George, and Louis in their carriage. I was like, whoa, this is actually happening. I was shook.